Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Blue Archive episode number 7 reaction. So the previous episode we were in the middle of that whole confrontation. The Gehenna Academy were here and we were confronting them. The problem solvers were there as well and we were like stuck in the middle. So a lot of problems happened there, like they were like, oh, we want to get the problem solvers. We were like, unless and until like you have official permission for us, you're not allowed in our territory, this and that, all that stuff happened. Eventually we get to know that this was all Akko's plan, and the problem solvers were just like some kind of like an excuse for them for her actual goal, which was to get Sensei, because the Trinity have come in contact with Sensei and they got like some kind of a report, and that is why Gehenna, being their arch nemesis, they wanted to like get hold of us, of Sensei. So like all that stuff. So that was going on. We had a great battle sequence, like great choreography, great battle scene, and it was amazing. And then in the end, Hina comes in and Hina apologizes to us. In the end, coming towards Sensei and telling him what's going on with Kaiser loans and where they are and what they're trying to do, something like that, she said. And that is where it kind of ended. Oh, also problem solvers, they apologize to us, and especially Aru. So we're friends now, I'm guessing. So yeah, let's see what happens in today's episode 7. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles and the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. Okay, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Another thing, I don't know anything from here onwards. The main story, okay, I'll talk about it later. Dawn's Horu? Who the hell is this? Most transfer agreement? He actually has a really cool design. I like that character design. It's very cool. Transfer. So I'm guessing, is he like telling Sand Festival, telling her to transfer to another academy or something? Like what? Okay, like I was saying, I have no clue from here onwards. Like I said, chapter 1, I think, in volume 1, chapter 1 has already ended. So up until that part in the game I've played, from here onwards I have no idea. So this is completely blind from here onwards. Hmm. Yeah. Right. Is it Shirako? Yep, that blue bicycle. Oh my god. Hey. Okay. Right. Oh, the money. Okay, you know what? I guess. 200. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Ah, okay. Yeah. Genius Elite. Oh. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Oh, damn. Right. Ha! More than half. Hmm. I see. Hmm. Oh. Oh my god. Damn. Yeah. Bruh. Hmm. Yeah, and they know it now, so they have to move. This place. Yeah. Drop it. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Tactical retreat. This is. Damn. Oh my god. The picture. Okay. They took. Oh yes. Wow. So it's today, bruh. Right. Now they're homeless. Hmm. Wow. Okay. Will they be going to Abydos? I don't know. There's a possibility. I feel like because we have a lot of empty space. You know, this whole school is empty. Oh, is it Shiroko? Yep. Okay, yeah, I think that's what's going to happen. They'll be going to Abydos. Well, she's yeah, she's just bicycling. Come on, man. Exactly. I Yeah, she really means it. She was just biking. Hmm. It's just like yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Like he was an innocent man, or a dog, whatever. Yeah, that'll help him out. Yeah. Okay. Technically, Avidas is the one who stole it, but we actually gave it to them, but they returned it back. Exactly. Hmm. Oh. Streets. Nothing. We have no place to live. Yeah. Oh, handshake. Okay. Okay, never mind. I thought they'll be moving to Abydos or something. Never mind. Abydos Clinic. Oh, okay. Does he not know that they left the money? What? Why? What? Yeah. Oh no, what's happening? Yeah, to who? Oh my god. Yeah, who? Kaiser? Kaiser loans? Or corporation, yeah. Hmm. So wait, the money won't help them. Hmm. Hmm? Oh, the money. Oh, it's here. He hasn't opened it? Yeah. Okay, there you go. He's not opening any. Oh, he opened it. I was going to say he's not opening any bags in case. Yes. Okay. Oh, there's sand on the roof as well? Damn. Hmm. Yeah. Oh, we're back here. Aruna sleeping again? Bruh. Her halo like changes the thing based on her emotion. Ooh. Hmm. About Hoshino, maybe? Yeah. Right. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Nice. Hmm. The counting bullets. Right. About the whole thing. Like the. Yeah. Oh boy. Several years ago. And that's why. Okay. Hmm. Oh no, she's gonna say I'm going to leave or something. Because in the very first scene, the whole transfer request or whatever. Okay, never mind. Okay, never mind. I thought, okay. Hmm. Aquarium. Hmm. Yeah. Well. Hmm. Right. Hmm. Okay, I genuinely thought in the end she's going to say something like, "Oh, I'm going to leave," because the I don't know what that was in the very first scene, that transfer or whatever. I'm guessing that will come into play, but maybe later. Hmm. Oh, just something left. Okay. Fish. The aquariums. They're going to go. Oh, is there someone? Damn, she has a gun in the bathroom? I guess. It's like a. Someone broke in? What the hell? Oh my god. What the? Um. Alright, that was weird. Although Bad Omen, yeah, I think so. All right, that was today's episode. Okay. Um, yeah. So nothing much happened today. Basically, like the whole aftermath of the whole thing with Gehenna that happened, and we got to see what happened with the problem solvers. I genuinely thought like the problem solvers will, when especially when Shiroko came in at that moment, I was like, oh, maybe Shiroko's going to be like, oh, we have the whole school open, like it's literally no one there. You can stay there for now. But I guess it's not that easy because technically they are from Gehenna. I don't think it's that easy for them to go to like a, like a like the Abydos, like that's literally the Abydos, like like the school, the main headquarters for them. So I guess it's not that easy. Even though they are trying to run away from the Gehenna, they're still Gehenna students. So I'm guessing it's not that simple. So I doubt, yeah. So yeah, so that didn't happen. I genuinely thought they will be like, I don't know, going and living in the school or something. But yeah, I don't know where they're going to go. They obviously they'll probably roam around for now, but let's wait and see. Either way, that's what happened with the problem solvers. Also, we got to know that something shady is going on in the background. The place, the autonomous zone, which was supposed to be under the Abydos because it's in their territory. Turns out they lost the ownership of that place. Like and the boss, the Shibasaki Ramen boss, he tried to remember who it was that they lost the ownership to, but he couldn't remember. There's a high possibility it's the Kaiser Corporation, you know. So yeah, that's what's going on over there. Oh, another thing I forgot to mention this: that very first scene with Hoshino, where we see this weird guy, like this dude. What the hell? He's like a I genuinely don't know what this is. Like he looks like some kind of a, like he has like shadow type of thing going on, and then there's like a crack which makes up his face and eyes, I think. Um, that's a very interesting design. And I think I've seen this guy in, like, I think maybe like one of the events. I don't remember that much. Um, but back when I played, maybe in one of the events I saw him. I think I remember seeing this character model before. So yeah. However, I don't know anything about him, and yeah. Let's wait and see. And he gave Hoshino like some kind of a, what was that? Wait a minute, let me check. Like it was written like transfer something written. Where is it? Okay, this one of a transfer agreement. So I thought that this agreement, whatever this was, he was giving this to Hoshino to make her transfer from Abydos to somewhere else. So that is why in the very final scene, when Hoshino suddenly wakes up and she's like, goes to the window and she's like, oh, like in the nowadays I'm not really getting much sleep. It's kind of getting, and I thought she was going to bring up something like, okay, I'm going to transfer to some other, like something like that. I thought was going to happen, but it didn't actually happen. And she was like, oh, let's go to the aquarium. So okay, but I'm sure that will come into play later. That transfer agreement, whatever that means. So yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's probably going to come into play sooner than we think, because she's the one who suddenly said let's go to the aquarium. I feel like what she plans to do is like go to the aquarium and like kind of have a good time, and then probably break this news or something. Like I'm not really 100% sure what the transfer agreement means, but I'm assuming that's like a transfer agreement, like a transfer notice for her to transfer to another school. I'm just assuming it. So if that's if what it is, then I think there's a huge possibility that after going to the aquarium, after coming back, having a good time, she's going to break this news to them or something like that. And then she's going to leave or something. And then we'll have to bring her back or something like that. I don't know. I feel like it's going in that direction. Let's wait and see. Either way, yeah, that's what's happening. A few other information we got from today's episode. Hina talked to Ako about Hoshino's power and influence, and how back in the days she was a force to be reckoned with, and a lot of like a lot of people from Gehenna especially had their eyes on her. But now, since she has stopped all of that, people little by little started losing interest and forgot about it. And nowadays, there's not much enough reports on her, so they don't really know much about Hoshino. But she said, like, if you want to know more, look at the previous reports, the reports from the past about her. So, so she was probably like a very huge threat. She probably still is. She just doesn't really show it nowadays, I think. Um, yeah, so that's what's going on over there. Right. And what else? Yeah, that was that, and I think that was it. Yeah, that was today's episode. Oh, Shibasaki Ramen, the boss, he was like, oh, I have to close this place down, but now he has the money, like all that stuff. And yeah, the problem solvers, they're the one who gave the money back. So it's kind of interesting because I feel like the money actually went to a proper cause. Like I was thinking like the same thing that Hoshino said, that we shouldn't make a habit of using this, even though it's like bad money, money got by the Kaiser Corporation using bad means, and like is not like money earned through proper means. We still shouldn't use it, even though this is supposed to be our money. They tricked us and all that. We still shouldn't use it, otherwise it'll just become a habit and something like that. So and then like the problem solvers got it, but I feel like this application, now that the Shibasaki Ramen boss is going to use it to probably bring back the shop and make it all better and everything, I think this is like a proper usage of it. Like, we're helping someone who really needs it, and yeah, this is a proper use of this money, I think. And I'm glad that it actually went to a cause like that, because he wasn't really at fault. Like, he just fed the problem solvers like food when they didn't have enough money, and the result, what we got out of it, like his whole shop blowing up and him getting injured. So that was totally unfair. So him getting the money, I feel like it's very fair now. Like, it's proper usage of that money. He really deserves it. So yeah, I think that money went to a good cause. And what else? Yeah, I think that was it. That was today's episode. Oh, Sensei also talked to Aruna. Or Sensei told Aruna to do a little bit of research on stuff. He first was going to say like, oh, like, get to know more about Hoshino as well. But then he was like, no, I'll do it on my own. Like, they're my students. I need to, figure it on my own. I don't need your help, at least for that. But he did tell Aruna to keep gather more information about the Kaiser Corporation, what they're trying to do, this and that. So yeah, and then there was a final scene where, which was like a little bad omen. Like the crow comes in. Like, there's like two bad omens. Number one, the crow. How like sometimes crows are, not sometimes, but most of the time crows are considered bad omen. And then we have like a broken glass, like that thing. Breaking glass is also considered a bad omen. Like breaking mirrors or breaking glass are considered bad omen. So I'm guessing like it was like a like a very bad omen, that scene at least. Now, yeah, that was basically today's episode. Now, a few things I have to talk about here. Number one, like I said, from here onwards, I have no clue about what's going to happen, because I remember in the previous episode, I think it was like up until chapter 1 of volume 1, and then there's chapter 2, I remember. So chapter 2 I still haven't like played, so I don't know anything about it from here onwards. I do plan on playing the chapters, but I'm going to be doing it after this anime ends, or while this anime on goes. I'll probably, for example, today's episode we covered up until a certain section. Maybe I'm going to go through the story now in the game up until that point, and I'm going to continue like that up until the anime ends. And then when the anime ends, I'm going to continue with the game. So if we get a sequel for this anime in the future, I will probably know everything, because I would have played the story by then, in the game. So that's the thing. But either way, for now, I'm going on blind completely from here onwards, at least up until the end of this season. So I genuinely have no idea what's going to happen from here onwards. So yeah, that's another thing. Also, another thing I just wanted to talk about here is Hoshino. Now, here's the thing, like I said, I played the game before, the first chapter at least, and I'll be honest, like, we saw the Abydos student, we got introduced to them. Obviously, out of all the characters that got introduced in Chapter 1, Volume 1, I think the characters that I was genuinely interested the most were probably like the problem solvers, especially Aru. And then I would say like maybe Hina, and then Shiroko, like all of them. But I have to be like I'll say this: I out of all the Abydos student, the one I was probably very least interested in was Hoshino. But now it seems like she's probably the most interesting one out of all of them. Like it's very interesting because I'm watching this and I'm seeing like there's a very I don't know like a very interesting thing going on with her, like her past or whatever, and seeing how she was a different type of character back then and now she has completely changed, which obviously brings in like more, I guess you could say, I don't know, it makes her more interesting. And now I'm getting that idea that she's probably the most interesting one out of all of them, because like when I went in blind in this game, out of the Abydos student, the one I was most interested in was obviously Shiroko, and then it was probably the others like Serika, um, what's her name? Ayane, yeah. I kind of mix up the two same. Ayane, isn't it? Yeah. Ayane, Nonomi, all of them. And Hoshin was like almost at the end. But now that I'm realizing and seeing all these things, and I feel like Hoshin was probably the most interesting one out of all of them. At least in the Abydos. Like I still like genuinely like the character I most like up until now in this up until the story that now that we've seen is probably Aru. Aru's like my most favorite character, and then the others, like then after Aru I would say Hina, yeah. Aru, then Hina, then I would probably say uh who would I say? Aru, Hina, Haruka probably, yeah. Like the problem solvers are the ones that I'm most interested at, and then all the other characters. I don't know why. I really like Aru's character. Like that dumb character. She has a very interesting, like a personality. I really love it. Like like that whole dummy airheaded type of characteristic. Oh god, yeah, that's very funny. But anyways, yeah. Anyways, I'm moving on. Okay, so that's that. So yeah, that was today's episode. That was my impressions on today's episode. Let's wait and see how this goes. Okay, now let me talk about this episode scene by scene. In the very first scene that we get to see Hoshino, a little bit of a flashback. We get to see this dude, whoever this person is. He was sitting down. She calls her Akatsuki no Horu. So Akatsuki means dawn, and Horu is Horu, I'm guessing. I don't know what Horu means. I don't even know if that has an actual meaning. But Akatsuki means dawn. No, is it dawn? No, twilight. I think Akatsuki means twilight, isn't it? Because dawn is like from like the morning part, like from night to morning, that part. But I don't think Akatsuki means that. Akatsuki probably means no. Akatsuki means dusk, doesn't it? It doesn't mean dawn. Wait a minute, let me check. I'm like 80% sure Akatsuki means dusk, not dawn. Or either dusk or it means twilight. Let me check. Akatsuki. I'm guessing the subtitles are probably dawn on. Oh no, never mind. Dawn. Oh, daybreak. Okay, I was wrong. So yeah, okay, I thought Akatsuki meant dusk or something like that. No, it's dawn. Okay, so they were correct. The subtitles are okay this time. The subtitles are a bit weird sometimes, so I was like second guessing it. Okay, so Akatsuki no Horu, or Dawn's Horu as they call her. I'm guessing that was some kind of a name, like a code name or something she had maybe in her past. I don't know. Anyways, and she says like, he says, or I should call you Takanashi Hoshino. So she comes in and she asks like, what's the matter? Things have changed. This time my mom. Okay, so from this conversation, I'm guessing he's probably giving her orders or something. I want to make you a proposal. Okay, so he says, this is an offer you cannot refuse, gives her a transfer agreement. It's an interesting proposal. And he doesn't really say anything more after this. And this was just a dream that she was having. Obviously, this happened, and I'm guessing she was just thinking about it. So, and then we get to see this 177th Abydos Sand Festival. I don't know what that means. Maybe it's like some kind of a festival they're going to have after this or something, but we'll see. Either way, after that, we get to see Shiroko's just. Oh no! Before that, we get to see Hina. No, sorry. Shiroko's cycling. Yeah, Shiroko's cycling. Everything is like more peaceful in front of the Shibasaki Ramen. She gets to see that bag with the money, and then we move on to Hina, and Hina is talking to Ako about the whole Ako's like writing the punishment. You know what's very funny about this? I think she's like writing like sheets of like something like a report, like an apology letter or report or whatever. I remember the teacher. I'm sure that every teacher used to do this. I'm not really sure, but at least in my school, the teachers used to give this as a punishment. I remember when I was a kid. They used to say like, not like, and this is crazy. They're like saying like 1,000 sheets or something. That is insane. No. They used to say like, oh, like 10 sheets or something like that. I remember. And like 10 sheets of like, if you did something bad, it would be like, I will not do this again. I will not do this again. And we have to write it. I remember in class, sometimes they would give them as homework. I remember a lot of students used to just try to cheat on it by just writing like in a weird way. I remember all that stuff. So yeah, this was like a genuine punishment back in the day. And we had to go through this. But this is crazy. They're like saying like 1,000 sheets or something, like 200. She has up until written 200 sheets, so 800 more. That's too much, I feel like. But yeah, we had to write at least like 10 sheets or something. I remember, maybe more than that. But yeah, that was a genuine thing. Oh boy. Anyways, so they talk about Hoshino, and Hina says that you didn't research enough about her, Ako. And then Hina hints that Hoshino, is way more dangerous than Ako thinks, and nowadays the threat, or at least the information about her, has dwindled down because she's not that active anymore. But back in the day, she was crazy. So she says, Ako, do not judge people by their appearances. Okay, but she definitely is a very different person now than she was 2 years ago. And here we get a little bit of a flashback, I think, where we see Hoshino fighting. Okay, I remember her as a militant who specializes in offensive tactics. Right, was wilder than she is now, like a sharp sword. And you know what's very interesting? She calls her like she's very like wild, like a sharp sword. If you play the game, you'll know Hoshino is actually like a tank. At least this version. I don't know about. There's another version she has, like a swimsuit version, I think. I don't know about that, but this one at least is a tank. So she specializes in defense, and it's pretty obvious she has a literal shield in front of her if you see, and she uses a shotgun. So she probably wasn't like that. So whatever happened in her past, she, from an offensive, crazy damage dealer, she probably retreated back and became more of a defensive role to probably protect others or something like that. Something maybe happened to her or her past or something. We've seen a lot of hints to that. We've seen her going to that classroom and just standing in front of a desk. We've seen her looking at the classroom, like literally in the opening we see that. And then there's also another scene where Nonomi talks about like she had like a friend or something. I remember she's saying that, and all that stuff. So yeah, so I'm guessing something happened. She was like this crazy, like, like a sharp-edged sword, as Hina says, back in the days. But something happened. She became more defense-oriented after that, to protect her friends or something like that, I'm guessing. Either way. Right. And yeah, and Hina says, like, you shouldn't have judged her by her cover. If she showed her true power, we probably would have lost more than half of our strength, our army. Like something like that, she kind of says. Either way, yeah, that was that. Like she kind of said that, and then after that we get to see the problem solvers, and they're moving. Obviously, like they cannot stay there because number one, the Gehenna knows where they are, and number two, since they failed their mission, their client will probably try to get them. So they're moving. So they're like packing their bags and everything. Like Haruka's like, what should I do with this calligraphy thing? And Mitsuku's like, oh, throw it away, burn it. Anyways, like, and then Aru was there, and yeah, Aru's depressed, obviously. Like, she's not happy about this, but nothing you can do about it. They talk about the Abydos a little bit, and Aru says, like, and I just cannot really do anything now because we literally like just fought together. I cannot be like, now I cannot be like, oh, we're going to go against you. Like, that's not how it goes. So so they have to give up on the mission of hunting the Abydos. So that's why they're literally leaving here. Otherwise, their clients won't be happy. So they'll target them. So all that stuff. Either way, this part was funny where they talk about that telephone, and they're like, oh, just throw it away or something. And I was like, no, like this is important. This retro phone. This makes puts more to the atmosphere. Like, yeah, we can use smartphones obviously, but this is more like it. This is more like, I don't know, she said something like, yeah, brings more to the atmosphere and the ambience. Either way, like, there you go. They do a little pose, the signature pose or whatever, right? And I was like, okay, tomorrow we'll have to say goodbye to the place. The phone rings, and they're informed that they have to leave this place today because they haven't paid the rent. They're like, well, yeah, I guess from today onwards we don't have any place to live, so we'll be in the streets now. And yeah, they're going to go. And now, like I said, I was thinking maybe they would go to the Abydos or something, but no, turns out that's not going to happen. I genuinely thought that because Shiroko came in at that exact moment. So I was like, oh, maybe something like that is going to happen. No, Shiroko just came in and she was like, where are you going? This and that. And and then Shiroko asks them about the bag. Okay, now they were kind of a little bit cautious towards her because technically they are supposed to be our enemies. Even though we fought in the previous day, who knows what would go through their mind. But Shiroko was fine with it. Shiroko's like, you apologize to us, it's okay. I haven't forgiven you about the Shibasaki ramen though, but you at least are trying to help us out, and you also gave us that money. At which Aru tries to act as if she knows nothing about it, but slips up and says like, oh, we don't know anything about that bag with money in it, which obviously pretty much makes it obvious that they're the one who kept it there. Either way, in the end, Aru says like, it's fine. Like, the money, that was actually you guys took that money. So you gave it to us and we gave it back to you. So it's okay. Like, and they apologize. Haruka apologizes as well, again. And Shiroko's like, I haven't forgiven you for that, but I can accept your apology. There you go. That was that. So they come to like an agreement, and there you go. Everything is okay now. And they do a little handshake, not handshake, but Shiroko was going to handshake with her, but she's like, oh no, like we'll talk again later. Back when the Shibasaki ramen is back in action again, we'll meet there back again. So for now, goodbye. They say goodbye and they move forward. So I do wonder what's going to happen to them. Maybe I'm sure we'll meet them again, but maybe not now. Either way, Yeah, so there you go. But it's nice to see at least we let off on good terms. That's what matters, I guess. And they also apologize, like I said. Like I said, the one who like lost the most in this whole like thing is the the boss from Shivasaki Ramen. He was so innocent. He literally had no fault. What's even more, he gave them food when they didn't have enough money, and his whole place got blown up. He got injured, and I'm like, come on, man, like, like really, like he does a good thing, and this is how he gets repaid for it. But now like he got the money back, and he can bring out the store again and renovate the store again. So yeah, it's good. But yeah, and I'm sure that is also why Shiroko was like, I'll it's fine, but I haven't forgiven you for the Shirasaki Ramen incident. You know, like that was definitely something bad you guys did. You know, so yeah. Either way, that was that. The problem solvers go on their way, and then we move on to the Abido students coming to the owner, the boss of Shirasaki Ramen. He is in the hospital and he looks okay now, but he's there. And here is where he brings up the whole fact about how they lost ownership of the land. At which everyone's surprised. They're like, "What the hell? What? Why?" Abydos is supposed to be of because it's under Abydos' territory, so the autonomous zone should be on our responsibility and our place, underneath us. But then what's going on then? So they don't know who it is that got the rights to that place, but like the owner couldn't remember the name, but he does say that yeah, maybe it's Kaiser Corporation, because it did seem the name was something like that. Either way, he's like, I would have had to shut the shop sooner or later. It's happening sooner, so it's fine. And then he talks about the bag with money. Now I actually thought he didn't open the bag, because who knows, like a random bag in front of the, like, who's going to even open it? But he did open it, and he says, like, there was like money in it, and he's like, what the hell is this? Like, he's like, I can understand why it was kept in front of the place, but is this money gained by doing bad things? If it is, then I don't want it, something like that. But they're like, no, it's okay, like it's fine. It must be from some person who really genuinely got moved by your ramen and wanted this place to come back again, which is, I guess, kind of true, because the problem solvers, they did genuinely, like, appreciate the ramen that they fed them even when they didn't have money. So in a way, they are not really telling telling a lie. They are actually being truthful. They are the ones who like, yeah. But yeah, it is money gained through some dubious means, but it's fine, whatever. It's going to a good cause, so that's what matters. Like, the one who genuinely needed that was him, because he's the one who got completely, the owner completely got the short end of the stick. So I think, yeah, it's fine. Either way, that's going on over there. And in the end, he's like, okay, yes, like, if I'm able to bring back the shop again, I'm going to feed you guys ramen as much as you can eat, and everyone's happy. So that was that, and then we get to see a little bit of Sensei on the roof. Hoshino's there looking at the distance, and here they talk about a few things. Hoshino talks about how everyone in Abydos had become more happier, like Serika's trusting more people, Ayane is going out more, moving up. Nonami's become more happy. Shiroko has also gotten a little bit calmer, and all that stuff. And she's like, it was, at first I had my doubts, but Sensei, it's because of you all this happened, so I'm happy about it. And yeah, and then we also get to see like a kind of Hoshino was like in a very kind of a little bit of a bad mood because of her own situation, I'm guessing. Either way, they talk a little bit, and then Sensei comes to Aruna. Now, like, it's pretty obvious at this point. Aruna's halo changes based on her emotions. When she was like dreaming about some kind of a food or something, her halo turned into a heart. Then when she woke up, it became like, kind of wobbly. And then when she got surprised, it took a different, like thing. It's very entertaining to see how it changes based on her emotions. Right. Anyways, Sensei tells Adona to keep an eye on the Abydos. They're doing something. Sorry, not Abydos. Sorry, what am I saying? The Kaiser Corporation. They're doing something in the Abydos desert. If there's anything, like any kind of information that you can give me, please give it to me. And then she was going to ask about Hoshino, but then he stopped and he was like, no, I will find it out on my own. I'm supposed to be the teacher. And then they say goodbye. And yeah, so okay, now here's the thing. Like, they kind of show it in a very interesting way. They show it as if Sensei is like in a different world, and Aruna's there in that classroom, broken classroom, with water, just sleeping. So they kind of show it like that, but it's basically him looking at the tablet. Like, that's basically what's happening. It's not as if he's going to a different world or anything, but it's like the representation is done in that way, which is quite interesting. Anyways, after that, he goes to the class, everyone is there, and here they talk about the big problem, which is they lost the control of that zone, and how Shibasaki Ramen, or that place, they're like someone else owns it, this and that. So they're talking about that. They're like, when did this happen? They're thinking about maybe this happened from way back in the past, we didn't even know about it, maybe this and that. And while they were thinking about all of that, Hoshino wakes up, and Hoshino's like, oh, look at that cloud, it looks like a whale. And then they got distracted for a moment and start smiling again. The whole atmosphere was a bit gloomy, suddenly became so gloomy, but Hoshino was able to bring it back to the positive and happy thing. And Hoshino says, like, there's no way there's no need for us to just, like, I don't know, like, think about this and mope about this and make our, like, moods go down. Like, if we cannot do anything about it, let's just spend it happily. So yeah, let's go to the aquarium. And then they're like, in the end, they agree, and they're like, Sensei, you'll come with us as well. And that is where, and then the after credit scene, where we get to see Shiroko was in the bath, and she was going to come out, but then she suddenly heard like some kind of a noise. She gets the gun already, like the handgun, obviously. She keeps one in the bathroom as well, I'm guessing. She gets it and gets into the room, seeing if it was some enemy or something. It was a crow, and the crow broke that thing. That thing that I'm not really sure what it is, but that little thing, that glass thing. And yeah, obviously that was like a bad omen, because number one, crow; number two, breaking something like a glass material or something like that. Yeah, and that is where it ended. So there you go. That was today's episode. Great episode. No, a little bit of a more informational, like nothing much happened, that type of episode. It was still entertaining. Next episode, I'm guessing we're going to go to the aquarium, and then I think something's going to happen. Hoshino's probably going to drop some kind of a, I don't know, some kind of a thing, like a revelation or whatever. She'll probably be like, I'm transferring or something. Otherwise, what is that transfer notice? That's my question. So it'll probably be something like that. It'll probably go in that direction, and we'll probably have to help out Hoshino. So I can see it going in that direction. Either way, let's wait and see how this proceeds. That is it. Thanks for watching. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you haven't subscribed, comment down below. Anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, I'll check them out. That is it, guys. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys next week with another episode of Blue Archive. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.